When he goes into the world of work, he doesn't want to listen to anybody because he's never had to be under the authority of a man. So if you never had to be under the authority of a man at home, how's some stranger at this job that is meaningless to you going to tell you what to do? You'd rather listen to a woman. It makes sense. So you think about the importance of a man in a young boy's life, because a young boy can never really truly become a man because he doesn't really know what a man is. He may see images of the behaviors of men in movies and films, and those images may be placed in his neighborhood, but that's not truly the definition of a man. And so I would like to put forth a definition of a man. A man takes care of his God first, whoever. Even if he's agnostic, he takes care of himself in a spiritual sense. Then he sacrifices himself, and the key word is sacrifice, to his God, then to his family. Because even in nature, it's for your genes to progress, to get to the next level. The genes need to get out there. That's why animals mate, to make sure their genes are in the next generation. So it only makes sense for a human to make sure that his family is taken care of, because they take his name to the next generation. That's meaningful, because through family, a man can become immortal by his name, by his deeds. A little boy can never appreciate these things because he's always thinking about himself. He's always thinking about, well, what am I getting out of the situation? So ladies, listen up. What is a man? A man, if you didn't have a father showing you these different things, a man sets up something. He sets up a lifestyle. He sets up a standard, and he maintains it. So it may be in his style of dress, it may be in the way he talks, and it may be a combination of all those things. And he aspires to these things. For me, for instance, I like to have symbols of my manhood around me. Just because I have hair around my balls or I've grown taller since I was 12 doesn't make me a man because of the physicalities. The mentality makes me a man. The mentality of understanding that I'm a provider. So I must sacrifice myself for the woman so that she can nurture the children. I must sacrifice myself, my ego, my dignity, if necessary, for my progeny. A man is supposed to set up a system so that his children don't have to work as hard as he did. And you move up the ladder of success, if it be money, be it education. And to touch on education briefly, okay, you have a degree. But if everybody in your family has to keep going and get degrees, have you really moved beyond a certain point of understanding? Not saying that a degree is bad, but the next generation is supposed to be set up by the last generation. The family is supposed to proceed to a point where they're all getting up the status quo ladder. So a man is instrumental to the success of not only a family, but a community. Not only a community, but a society. So if you remove that one man, and you have a society of young boys thinking they're men because they can emulate sex. They can put the penis inside of a woman. That doesn't give you the right to call yourself a man. The fact that you can go around and you can buy things. Children 12 can go around and buy things. Children 12 can go around having sex. Children 12 can go around making children. So, ladies, ask the men, what is truly making you a man? Are you providing for someone? And if you're not providing for someone, are you setting up a nest where you can take care of other people? But a little boy doesn't think like that. A little boy's like, well, look, I'm trying to get as much sex as possible. I'm trying to get as many women as possible. I'm trying to get as much status as possible and fuck everyone else. You know these things to be true, ladies. But you accept it because there are no alternatives. Well, you could date other races. You could do other things. But the key is, you have to identify a man. And just because the father wasn't there in the home, doesn't mean you can't identify a man. A man, and to segue onto another topic I was going to speak about in another video, a man wants to build with a woman. A little boy wants to get his dick wet as much as possible because he's so amused with this flesh toy. He's so amused with it. If he touches it, if he rubs it, he gets amused with it. But a man rises above his flesh. He rises above his body and lets his mind reign supreme. He maintains a standard. He will not allow his body, his animalistic desires, take control. He will not